Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, Kelvin Sampson Court as we get set for the nightcap of the evening. It's Montana Tech taking on MSU Northern. The Lights coming into this one, they're 7-9 in Frontier Conference action, make that 8-9 after they pick up a win against UGF. And the Lights, they are led by Ryvan Reeves. He'll be set to tip it up against Trent Molesworth. MSU Northern, they are coached by former Oredigger standout Sean Hughes, who tallied 1,357 career points for the Orediggers back in his day. The Diggers will have it on offense. It's O'Neill. He'll drive in the lane, kick it out. Molesworth for three. It's up and it's in for the Diggers. And Montana Tech builds himself a quick 3-0 lead on that scoreboard, brought to you by Sportscast. Sean Ryan sitting along with you. Here as Reeves will have it in the high post. Northern run a little come-together action as they bring it out on the left-hand side. Porter will drive in, working against Panabecker. The layup bill ran up, and it'll go in. That's Charles Porter. He's a 6'2" junior out of Las Vegas, Nevada. As we will bring it across that timeline. With 20 seconds on the shot clock, Panabecker moving back to his middle. He'll get stuck with it, and it'll be Reeves coming away with the steal. He hands it off, and Porter will run the point. Charles Porter over to Devin Bray. Bray back over to Dunsmore. Dunsmore, he'll go high off glass, and it's good for two as he hits the deck. And the Lights build a 4-3 lead with 18:45 left to go here in the first. Panabecker back out and over to Amon Chapman. He'll do a little reverse pivot, dribble drive, the jumper, it's up and it's good for two. As Chapman scores that one, he is a junior for Montana Tech. And Northern will control it on the offensive end. It's in the hands of Gabe Porter. He's a 6'1" junior out of Walla Walla, Washington. That's the town so nice they named it twice. As Dunsmore is able to get to the rack and score it. Back-to-back layups for the big man. He is a big man at 6'6", but not quite as big as the 6'10" Reeves, who has been the Frontier Conference Defensive Player of the Year for a couple of seasons. Bray will sky for the rebound. He'll bring it across the timeline as they give it out to Dunsmore. Dunsmore in transition. The three is off the mark. Reeves grabs the board, goes off glass, and that one's not going to go, but it'll be on the follow, so he'll shoot two.
And we're back.
And we're back. Nick Boucher's back. Finish writing up the recap of the ladies' game. The Tigers lost a tough one to MSU Northern.
And Reeves going to the line. We're gonna have to keep him at bay and keep him away from the rim tonight.
It's tough to do. He can put his arms up and practically touch it at 6'10", and he has every inch of that. As he makes the first free throw, and the Lights build that 7-5 advantage. Reeves a standout for MSU Northern, averaging 15.3 points per game, as that one is up and good as well. 8.2 rebounds per game. He also leads the nation in blocks, and I wonder why. 3.6 per game. He's a defensive presence and an offensive presence for Coach Sean Hughes, as the Diggers will have it on the offensive end.
You don't see too many guys that tall at our level.
No, you don't. As Molesworth will do the little give-and-go action with Miles. He's able to score it in transition.
The old southpaw getting, what, his 5th point of the night already.
Yeah, he started out with a three down in the corner as the Diggers are locked up in a good one with the Lights here at Kelvin Sampson Court. The last of two home games for Montana Tech. Driving in across the lane, it's Bray. Bray out to Dunsmore. Dunsmore, he's feeling it early. Back-to-back layups and then a three for him. And he has got a quick 7 of the Lights' 11. And they lead by 4 as O'Neill will take a little dribble drive action. We chatted with Chris a little bit during that women's third quarter, and he'll lose it out of bounds. Blame that one on me. 16:46 left to go here in the first. O'Neill's one of those guys for the Diggers. He's a leader, that's for sure, as he's playing his final two home games for Montana Tech.
He's shown some real leadership for us the last couple years. Been a real strong at the point. And, you know, when Chris O'Neill has a good night, so do the Orediggers.
That they do, and a leader, you know, he does a lot of volunteer hours, things like that. He's just a good kid. but he has definitely been a vocal leader for Montana Tech. You know, talked to him a little bit about trying to turn the program around here at Tech. Under second-year head coach Adam Hyatt. Chapman with the steal. He'll have a good bounce pass to O'Neill in transition, and the Diggers score in the front court on a quick pass from Chapman to O'Neill. And it is 11-9 on our scoreboard, with the Lights leading by 2 at the 16-minute mark. Driving in is Porter. He'll swing back to the middle. Back out Dunsmore. He puts up that second one, and it's off the mark, and O'Neill will grab the rebound.
O'Neill just showing how scrappy he is and how quick. He got around Reeves on that.
That he did, as he comes down, calls his own number, and gets the jumper to go. Just like the way Chris plays.
He plays with intensity, you know, and that's what you like to see.
Bray on the little cut there as John Chapman will pick up the foul. Chapman, another senior for Montana Tech. Tech has 3 seniors on the guy's side. Trent Molesworth, John Chapman, and Chris O'Neill. As Chapman, a former Frenchtown Bronc. And Bray will check to the free throw line. Bray, a Missoula native, prepped at Missoula Hellgate. He is the brother of a former football standout here at Montana Tech, Alec Bray. And he's a young one, man. He's just a sophomore, 5'9", but I do remember his first game here at Kelvin Sampson Court last year. He hit 5 threes in his first real action in Frontier Conference play. And from that moment on, he said, I don't mind playing in Butte.
Yeah, no, and both Bray brothers, very athletic, very good high school players, and can really show their athleticism on the field and on the court, and they're gamers. They're gamers, you know.
That they are. Alec Bray, one of our leading receivers a couple of years back. As Chapman will have it, the Lights leading by 2. He'll drive in, go to the rack, and Reeves, they're going to call a basket interference as he contacted the rim trying to go for the swipe. They count the bucket, and it's up and it's good. Amon Chapman just double-checking with the officials.
Hey, that's one way to score.
I love it. Throw it up, let him block it, and say, nope, sorry, that's basket interference. 13-13 your score. The Diggers and the Lights tied up. But you could see just the shot blocking potential by Reeves. Chapman in transition, goes up and lays it in against the defense. And Hughes wants to call a timeout. The former Oredigger wants to discuss it with his team as the Diggers lead 15-13 with 15:07 left to go here in the first.
I picked Tech because it was really low-cost education, and it was a great school. Typically in my class size was anywhere from 10 to 15 students. So the professors knew us on a first-name basis. When I finished at Montana Tech, moving on to graduate school, I had 0 student loans, which was a huge benefit to me. As long as you're willing to work, Montana Tech is willing to work for you.
Montana Tech. Find your solution.
Visit the new MontanaSports.com. It's your online source for statewide sports in Montana. Get the latest scores or watch your favorite highlights, all from MontanaSports.com.
We don't believe that you have to be born into extraordinary circumstances to live an extraordinary life. So what we want to do at Montana Tech is we want to put more students on that extraordinary path.
We take our students out of the classroom into the field.
Montana Tech promotes problem solvers, not problem makers.
They're able to adapt to pretty much any situation.
At Montana Tech, our students graduate and they go to work. They live the American dream. By supporting the Montana Tech Foundation, you're helping us put more students on that extraordinary path.
Northern will run on the inbound after the made basket by Montana Tech, and they call timeout. As the Lights will bring it across that timeline. Working against Miles. It'll be Hughes. Hughes, the nephew of Sean, son of Brad, and they will score on an easy one there. That's Adam Hughes, able to tie it up at 15 all. Northern and Montana Tech both shooting really well from the field. The Diggers starting out this one 7 of 8 from the floor. Northern 4 of 7. Now make it 5 of 8. As O'Neill will work against the screen, get a second screen from Molesworth, and he's going to feel it. He's going to fire it.
That's his second of the night.
From 21. The senior wearing number 42 has got a quick 8 points as he'll try to check Reeves. Miles working hard against Hughes in that front court. Hughes, he'll drive in, back over to Reeves. Reeves along the top. He'll swing it back out to Porter. Porter working against O'Neal. They'll drop it off, and they'll have an offensive foul. Oh, they're going to call a block, no dunk on the pass. I thought they'd wave off the bucket for the offensive. They wave off the bucket for the blocking foul. And Coach Hughes goes, we'd rather have the dunk. 18-15. As Molesworth's going to check out. They call that the pass and crash. As Molesworth didn't quite set his feet there as a secondary defender. And with 14:01 left to go here in the first, the Diggers lead by 3. It'll be Northern on the inbound. That is the 3rd team foul on Montana Tech.
Well, and you need to challenge Reeves throughout the night. Last game here was real close down to the end, and the Diggers were able to get him to foul out, and hopefully we can get him into foul trouble early and get him off the floor.
Down with it on the right-hand side. The fall-away triple for Northern. It's off the mark, and the rebound comes down to Taylor England. England, a Helena kid, prepped at Helena High. He'll have the tough responsibility of trying to box out Reeves tonight. In for Molesworth coming off the bench. Iman Chapman, he'll rise up. That one will be blocked out of bounds. As doing a good job of timing that jump was Anthony Harper, a 6'5" junior out of Seattle, Washington. As the Diggers will get it with 16 on the shot clock, 13:29 on the game clock, and a 3-point lead. Dylan Pannebecker set to check back in. Iman Chapman will check out. Chapman with a quick 6, but he'll get the hook, get a quick breather. Molesworth the leading scorer for the Diggers with 8. Miles on the inbound play. The turnaround jumper, it's no good. His feet were behind the line. As Porter will have it. 6'1" junior being defended well by O'Neal. He'll come up in pressure. And bodies hitting the floor here. 2 for the takedown for Montana Tech, as Northern will take it on the right-hand side. It's Dunsmore, the follow-away jumper. It's off the mark. Reeves with an offensive board. And now back to Dunsmore. It's Hughes with a fresh shot clock. It's at 22. Over to Miles. And that shot is up and good from Gabe Porter. As he's in rhythm, he's somebody you can't let get into rhythm. As for early in the year, he was coming off the bench for MSU Northern. As he's a sharpshooter indeed. It's tied up at 18-all. O'Neal used the screen by the big man, England, and he goes in with the right hand and finishes it.
He
Great
is just
move.
looking sharp so far tonight.
That he is. Must have got a haircut or something. 20-18 your score.
Getting ready for senior night.
Yeah, senior night tomorrow. The Diggers will be hosting University of Providence. Diggers would really love to get back-to-back home wins this season. Get some wins here on Kelvin Sampson Court. They throw the lob to Reeves, and Reeves goes over the top and finishes that one. And that's the danger of somebody that big.
You gotta keep them away from the rim.
Well, and the Diggers are lucky they didn't get called for the and one there. As Reeves, when you go up for that alley-oop, you are a vertical shooter. As Miles, he'll drive in, looking for the back cut. It's not there. Now Pannebecker, back to O'Neal with 10 on the shot clock. He'll get a high screen, step through it, drop it back. Along the baseline, it's going to stay with the Diggers as Reeves is the last one to put a mid on it. And boy, what are they going to do with the number 50 jersey at Northern after Reeves gets done? Might make it into a tarp. It's not very often a 6'10" guy.
It's going to be difficult to fill it.
Absolutely. England hits the deck, and it'll be Northern with it in transition. It's all tied up at 20-all. Driving down the baseline. It's up, and it's off the mark. Rebound comes down to England. Missing that shot was Colin Bakalarski, 6'3" junior out of Olalla, Washington. Shot is up. It's off the mark. As that was O'Neal. Couldn't connect. And now Hughes has it. As we cross into that 11-minute mark, Hughes driving in the lane. He'll elevate. Can't get that one to go. Reeves tries to follow. Will tip it out into the hands of Dunsmore. That's second chance opportunities for MSU Northern. Bakalarski will go in. He'll miss that one. Rebound down to Reeves, and we got a whistle, and the ball is going to be back to MSU Northern on the rebounding foul on Dylan Panabecker.
I like that we're challenging him. We're getting in there, and that's what you need to do. You need to try to post up with Reeves and not just make it easy for him.
Bray returns to the lineup for MSU Northern. Also in is Kavion Jones. Paco is his nickname affectionately. This one's up, and it's off the mark. Rebound. And it'll be O'Neal getting fouled. He's just making sure to the official. He's like, I didn't get called for that one, right? Talked with one of the Frontier officials earlier this week when I was up in Great Falls, and he said, you know what I like about Chris O'Neal? I said, he's a really good communicator. He'll walk up to you and say, hey, what did I do? What did my teammate do, so I can explain it so they don't get called for it the next time. And that's a thing I think we'll miss in years to come here at Montana Tech, as Chris O'Neal is playing his last couple of home games here at Kelvin Sampson Court. It is a tie ball game here, 20-20. Sean Ryan and Nick Bowser sitting along with you, as Goldseth will have it. He'll come around the screen, back over to Panabecker, to Fitz. Fitz, little pull-up jumper. That one's just off the mark for the freshman.
Fitz is in the opposite camp as Reeves.
And illegal screen against MSU Northern. That comes in that weave action. That's a point of emphasis this year, and we've seen it. And if anybody at home has been watching basketball, you go with that weave, you try to give the handoff to the person moving up top, and if you crash into their defender and displace them, it's effectively an illegal screen. So that one is whistled against Gabe Porter. That's his first. Just a second team foul on the lights, as Fitz will drive it down over to Chapman. Chapman, the three, it's just off the mark. Rebound tipped around, and there'll be bodies hitting the floor as they keep it alive and back into the hands of the lights. The Aurora Borealis, as they are affectionately known. Back out on the right-hand side. It's Jones working against England. He uses his dribble, gives it back in to Bray. Back out. On the inside to Hughes, back out to Dunsmore. Dunsmore, a little handoff to Porter. Porter, he'll back dribble, get stuck with it, back out. Hughes for three. It's off the mark, and we'll have a rebounding foul called against Montana Tech, and that's going to be the second on Panabecker. With 1 second left on the shot clock, the Diggers nearly had a shot clock violation, but they commit a foul, and it'll reset it at 20 seconds. And they're going to have it underneath as Dunsmore pleads his case and says, wasn't I shooting? So not from behind
the basket.
Not from behind the backboard and almost in the Tech hooligan section. As they throw it out into the hands of Jones. Jones over to Porter. Porter, he'll elevate. Shot. It's up, and it's good. And Coach Hyatt wants a timeout with a 23-20 Lights lead on the board with 9:19 left to go here in the first. We'll be back in just a moment here at Kelvin Sampson Court.
I'm Dr. Hillary Risser, and I'm a mathematician here at Montana Tech. The wonderful thing that I love about Montana Tech is the smallness of it. I actually get to know my students. I've had several students helping me over the past several summers working on my research with social media. We also take students to our professional conferences. Last year I took 8 students with me to the Joint Mathematics meeting in San Antonio. Every industry in the world has mathematical problems that need solutions. Montana Tech is the solution.
As we come back with it, it's O'Neal. He'll hand off to Chapman. Chapman over to Darius Collins, who checked in at the last break. Diggers will set a screen on the baseline. Driving in is O'Neal. The right-hand finish, it won't go, and the rebound corralled by Jones. Good little action there. Got O'Neal to the rim, but he couldn't finish. And it's Bray back out right-hand side to Dunsmore. Dunsmore to Jones. They're going to work a little come-together action at that 15-foot line. They'll set a screen. They'll switch it. Now they're driving in, and it's going to be Porter getting to the rim for MSU Northern.
He had an open lane there.
Yeah, he did. Diggers got a little confused in the communication on the defensive end, and the Lights have built out their biggest lead of the ballgame, 25-20. Collins on the inside, little jumper. It's up, and it's off the mark. And it'll come back down into the hands of MSU Northern. Jake Miles set to check back in for Montana Tech. Boy, he's had a good season for the Diggers in his first season coming from Salt Lake Community College. It's Porter working across the lane, back out right-hand side. Towards the middle, it's Hughes, and the Lights have built a 7-point advantage.
You know, Jake Miles is one of those part of the young crew that's going to be coming up of Jake Miles, Nick Fitz, Taylor England, Darius Collins. I really like the way the roster looks in our sophomores and freshmen.
Well, and you also got Dylan Panabaker as a sophomore. And you got a lot of young talent. As O'Neill will go, he'll miss that layup off glass. Can't get that one to go. A little bit of the yips for O'Neill to start this one. Porter feeling it. That one's off the mark. And I think that was called a heat check. Not often you pull up in transition like that. Porter has got the green light from Coach Sean Hughes, who again we said scored 1,357 career points in his Tech career. 200 points shy of the tally that his brother Brad had, who is also an assistant here at Tech and a Hall of Famer. So that one is up and missed by O'Neill. He's missed his last 3 shots. They've all been good looks. Rattled around the iron, but just don't fall.
And Sean Hughes has some Hall of Fame numbers there. We may see him going into the Montana Tech Hall of Fame here in the coming years. So,
yeah, the call for applications and call for people to come into that selection process of the inductees. That announcement went out.
It's now open. If you check out GoDiggers.com, there is a nomination form, but we're collecting nominations right now.
Can you self-nominate?
We frown upon self-nomination.
Okay, rats. All right. Well, it's going to be a pseudonym.
But his name is. But we do take narcissists in the Hall of Fame.
his name is Sean John Ryan. As they take it on the left-hand side, ball will be on the wing, and we'll have a blocking foul whistle against MSU Northern. That's going to be the 3rd team foul, as the Lights have a 29-20 lead, and it'll bring us to immediate timeout. It's Lights leading by 9, 6:52 left to go here in the first.
Welcome back, Montana Tech students and staff from Steeles. Montana Tech is important to Butte and Southwest Montana, and Steeles is proud to support Tech in many ways. Right now, anyone with a current Montana Tech ID will receive a 5% discount on anything in our store, just in time to furnish or upgrade those new apartments or homes. See our selection of home furnishings, mattresses, appliances, and electronics. Welcome back, Montana Tech from Steeles in Butte and Deer Lodge. Go Diggers!
It's amazing to me that we have 6 kids in this family that grew up on a farm, small ranch. We all turned out to be engineers.
My great-grandparents, all of their children attended Tech and graduated with degrees. Montana Tech, it felt more like a family, and they really wanted me to come and be a part of it.
Very rare you'll see a family of 6 engineers and married to engineers. So there's a bloodline there that's pretty rare.
Montana Tech is my family's solution.
My name is John Wick. I am a graphic designer as well as a teacher and executive director, and I wear a whole lot of other hats. I basically want to drink coffee and make really cool things. My experience at Tech really gave me the confidence to say, well, I can go out and do that stuff. Montana Tech really legitimized and helped me develop the skills that I didn't even really know that I had. Montana Tech was my solution.
As we come back here in first half action, it's Lights 29, Diggers 20. Sean Ryan and Nick Bowsher bringing you the call here from Kelvin Sampson Court. And the Diggers find themselves down 9, their biggest deficit of the ball game.
We're in our lull, and we need to pull ourselves out of it here.
See who the Diggers go to get a shot off. As they've got 22 on that shot clock, and it'll be Bray stealing the inbound. And he will bring it into the front court for MSU Northern. Bray, turn in the corner, getting in the lane, elevates back out to Dunsmore. Dunsmore, he'll go in. That one's off the mark, and the rebound corralled by Molesworth. Diggers did a good job of recovering there. It's back into the hands of O'Neill. O'Neill will set that offense. He'll get a pick set for him by Molesworth. He'll use it, drive into the lane. They've got a switch there as they feed it into Molesworth against Bray, and it'll be a jump ball is the call, and it's going to go back to MSU Northern.
You know, Trent, a senior this year, he shows hustle when he's out there. I know he's struggled with some injuries this year, but when he's playing strong and he's playing well, he's a good addition to the team.
29-20 your score, as the Diggers need to get a defensive stop and maybe an offensive. Somebody get hot, right? As
We need to get hot now.
Dunsmore with it. Back out, driving in. That's Vakalarski. So they go back across the lane as Dunsmore. Diggers are switching screens. Back out on the inside. The turnaround, little post move, and wow, good move, good finish there by Colin Vakalarski, 6'3" junior. Last played at Walla Walla Community College. As the Diggers lead 31-20. Coach Bob Green yells, run the offense. From the North 40. Iman Chapman, tough turnaround jumper. That's probably not the shot you want. I say that with subtlety in my voice. As Northern will run their offense, a little weave action. It'll be bodies hitting the deck. Back out on the left-hand side. It's inside to Reeves. Reeves is going to try to play the distributor. Now he's going to try and get his own. He elevates for the shot. It's off the mark, and the rebound will come down, and it's Nick Fitz hitting the deck. He picks up the foul, and that's kind of a bonus, too. It's nice to have somebody at 6'10" out on the floor, but it's also nice to have a guy who is generously listed at 5'8" out there on the floor because, hey, if he elevates, he boxes somebody out, they have that tendency to want to go over the back and give him a push and displace him from behind. And when you only weigh about 155, 165 pounds, it's not too hard to draw fouls on some people.
I remember when I weighed 150 pounds, Sean. I think I was a freshman in high school.
Me too. It was called third grade. As Montana Tech has it, it's Miles. He'll drive in, force up a tough shot, and he gets that one to go, and that stops a 5-minute drought for the Diggers, to which they didn't score. Their last basket coming at the 9:36 mark of that 36 mark of that first half. It's 31-22. The Lights leading by 9 as Molesworth kind of trips up and falls into Reeves, and Reeves will go to the free throw line. MSU Northern picking up fouls on the Diggers. They've got 7 against the Diggers, 2 against Molesworth, as Taylor England will check in. Looking at the numbers for Ryan Reeves, averaging 15 points per game. At the free throw line, he is just a 67.4% free throw shooter, but he makes that one.
You'd think he'd have a higher percentage since he can get about halfway to the basket with his arms from the free throw line.
Looking the rim dead in the eye. As he puts up this one, and it's off the mark. Rebound tracked down by England. So 1 of 2 on that trip for Reeves. As this is an MSU Northern team that is very impressive. They lead the NAIA in 3-point field goals made per game at 11.2 and an assist-to-turnover ratio at plus 1.6. Backdoor cut by Miles. They get it into England. England can't get that one to go, and the rebound down to Ryan Reeves. 4:05 left to go here in the first. It's 32-22. Three-pointer by Northern. They're not afraid to throw him up there as Reeves loses it along the baseline. Kicks it back out to Dunsmore. Dunsmore driving in across the lane. Back out Porter. Porter with a tough 3 from 24 feet, and it is up and it is good. And we're going to have just an official timeout so they can chase down the basketball. A lot of competing events here in Butte, maybe drawing away ticket goers, as you've got A divisional action at the Butte Civic Center. You've got,
it's that time of year in the mining city, tournament town.
It's a tough place to find a bite to eat without a team in the same restaurant with you.
Absolutely.
But we love it.
Civic Center hosts the Class C State next week, and Butte High is hosting the AA Super Divisional.
Long shot by Miles. That one lost out of bounds, but it'll be Northern who collects it. 35-22. Driving in is Porter. He'll go baseline. It'll be Fitz with a steal. He'll have it in transition as he drops it off to Chris O'Neill. O'Neill into the lane, gets the bucket. And that might be the little offense that O'Neill needs to get going. But yeah, Butte, a very busy town. It's going to be overrun with people next week, as you got a lot of teams coming to town. Arlee on the boys' side, Hart Butte on the boys' side. Love it when teams that play with so many great fans come to Butte. As Dunsmore will bring it along the top. Defended well. They throw the lob to Reeves. Reeves trying to toss it into the lane. That was a la Dwight Howard, trying to throw it through the rim. But they're going to say he was in the act of shooting as O'Neill picks up his first and the Diggers pick up their 8th. 2:39 left to go here in the first. As Reeves will step to the stripe. He went 1 of 2 a moment ago. 35-24 your score. Reeves makes this one. When you have to think that Ryan Reeves will potentially be a Hall of Famer up at Northern. You lead the team, you lead the nation, you lead the league in blocks, your defensive player of the year. He is a standout for Coach Sean Houston for that Northern program. And the Diggers want to talk about it. It's 36-24 with 2:39 left to go here in the first. The lights will be at the line when we come back.
I love Butte. It's my hometown. I was born and raised here, and definitely part of my soul is here. At Montana Tech, we receive this world-class education that I don't feel a lot of other students receive, and it's so valuable and it's so affordable. So I think that it's a really big benefit to students that come here.
When I came to Montana Tech, I definitely felt inspired to work harder because you're surrounded by all of these incredibly hardworking people that are goal-oriented and they know exactly what they want to do. I think that just the type of students that get recruited here are your driven, really pretty bright students, and when we all get in a room together, we just vibe off of each other, and it makes something really incredible. In preparing for dental school, I feel that I've gotten the best education possible through Montana Tech, and I feel well prepared, and I think that I have my advisors and my professors standing behind me willing to help me.
Back from the Montana Tech timeout. That is should be their second timeout of the ball game. As the lights will head to the line, Reeves will have his second one coming. It's 36-24. It's a 12-point difference here on the Sportscast screen. As Reeves at the line can't get that one to go. So 1 of 2 on back-to-back trips for him. And the Diggers bring it across the timeline. Looking for a little bit of offense. They bring Carson Doomer in off the bench, a Helena Capital former Bruin. You were part of the Brew crew back in the day, right?
I was. Class of 98.
98, that was a good year. Driving out left-hand side. Miles, he'll try the jumper. It's off the mark. Rebound, it's Doomer. Tipped off of the official, but he's standing out of bounds, so it's going to stay with the Diggers. As Montana Tech will have it on the inbound. On the E of the Orediggers. They throw it into Amon Chapman. Chapman back out to O'Neill. O'Neill will give a little razzle-dazzle move, feed it into Doomer, and Doomer can't corral it. And it'll head down the other direction. It's 36-24. And the Diggers have 8 team fouls, Northern with 4. Northern doing a good job of not fouling. But that's because on the defensive end, they force everybody in towards Reeves. And a tough shot there by Colin Bakalarski. And Northern continues to fire the ball great from 3 as John Chapman is going to check in for the Diggers. It's 39-24. The Diggers want to talk about it with 1:48 left here in the first.
When Montana Tech was being formed, there was this huge need for engineering, in the mines in particular. And in 1904, we had our first 10 graduates. And this spring, I'm going to have the opportunity to shake hands of over 500 extraordinary graduates whose lives have been changed because of Montana Tech. That problem-solving capability has expanded to include energy, ecology and restoration, business, land management, trades and technical, nursing and health programs. Whatever the problem is, Montana Tech is the solution.
Doing some quick subtraction. The Diggers are 4 of 15 since they started out the game 7 of 9 from the floor. O'Neill will have it on the right-hand side. He gets a double screen there from England. He'll move back towards the middle, hand it off to Fitz. Fitz, he'll do a little drive towards the middle, back out England. For a long 2, his toe is over the line, but it won't count. It's Porter, back out to Hughes, back into Porter. And Porter will travel with it as he switched pivot feet. And Northern will run to their bench and bring in Devin Bray. 1:21 left to go here in this half. The Diggers find themselves down 15. What was a 7-point lead and then a 9-point lead has extended its way out to 15, 39-24. Fitz out to Chapman. Chapman, he'll drive around, take a little 15-footer. That follow-away jumper is off the mark. And Northern will have it on the offensive end. Hughes will have it down in the corner. They feed it into Reeves. Reeves, little turnaround action, clicks it out. Into Dunsmore. Dunsmore over to Hughes. Hughes into Reeves. Reeves, he'll go up, elevate, can't get that one to go, gets the offensive rebound. He'll kick it back out. Bakalarski, that one's off the mark. Rebound tracked down by Collins, and the Diggers dodge a couple of bullets there.
We've really struggled the last half of the first. And we're going to have to show some strong play here in the second half if we're going to be in this at the end of the game.
The Diggers could get a bucket here, maybe get a stop before the end of the half as O'Neal drains one with 20 seconds left.
We'll take it.
Yeah, get it down to 13, maybe get a stop here. You don't want to let it get back to 15 or 16 at the half if you can help it. But at this point, it's tough to help it because Hughes will be fouled by O'Neal. And he's going to go to the line to shoot three. And that is going to be the second on Chris O'Neal. And
that's not what you want to do at the end of the half.
No, no. 4.7 seconds left to go here in the first. As the officials are going to trade here, they want to talk. 4.7 seconds left. It's fun to watch Coach Hyatt on the sideline. Sometimes that is worth the price of admission. Both he and Coach Hughes got quite animated in their last game here in Butte. That was a wild one. That one was a fun one.
You want to see a game tight at the end, you know, and that one came down to the wire. Both coaches being intense.
You love it. Intensity. That means they want to win. Fitz with it. He'll fire from deep, and it won't go at the end of the first half. It is Lights 41, Diggers 26. They trail by 15 at the end of 20. We will go back to the half and bring you back here with second half action here in a little bit. But right now, it's all MSU Northern, 41-26 over Montana Tech. Northern shooting 48% from the floor, 42% from three. And the Diggers went on that tough stretch where they only went 4 of 16 from the floor. Back after the half.
Visit the new MontanaSports.com. It's your online source for statewide sports in Montana. Get the latest scores or watch your favorite highlights, all from MontanaSports.com.
We don't believe that you have to be born into extraordinary circumstances to live an extraordinary life. So what we want to do at Montana Tech is we want to put more students on that extraordinary path.
We take our students out of the classroom into the field.
Montana Tech promotes problem solvers, not problem makers.
They're able to adapt to pretty much any situation.
At Montana Tech, our students graduate and they go to work. They live the American dream. By supporting the Montana Tech Foundation, they're helping us put more students on that extraordinary path.
I'm Dr. Hillary Risser, and I'm a mathematician here at Montana Tech. The wonderful thing that I love about Montana Tech is the smallness of it. I actually get to know my students. I've had several students helping me over the past several summers working on my research with social media. We also take students to our professional conferences. Last year I took 8 students with me to the Joint Mathematics meeting in San Antonio. Every industry in the world has mathematical problems that need solutions. Montana Tech is the solution.
Welcome back, Montana Tech students and staff from Steeles. Montana Tech is important to Butte and Southwest Montana, and Steeles is proud to support Tech in many ways. Right now, anyone with a current Montana Tech ID will receive a 5% discount on anything in our store, just in time to furnish or upgrade those new apartments or homes. See our selection of home furnishings, mattresses, appliances, and electronics. Welcome back, Montana Tech from Steeles in Butte and Deer Lodge. Go Diggers!
It's amazing to me that we have 6 kids in this family that grew up on a farm, small ranch. We all turned out to be engineers.
My great-grandparents, all of their children attended Tech and graduated with degrees. Montana Tech, it felt more like a family, and they really wanted me to come and be a part of it.
Very rare you'll see a family of 6 engineers and married to engineers. So there's a bloodline there that's pretty rare.
Montana Tech is my family's solution.
My name is John Wick. I am a graphic designer as well as a teacher and executive director, and I wear a whole lot of other hats. I basically want to drink coffee and make really cool things. My experience at Tech really gave me the confidence to say, well, I can go out and do that stuff. Montana Tech really legitimized and helped me develop the skills that I didn't even really know that I had. Montana Tech was my solution.
I love Butte. It's my hometown. I was born and raised here, and definitely part of my soul is here. At Montana Tech, we receive this world-class education that I don't feel a lot of other students receive, and it's so valuable and it's so affordable, so I think that it's a really big benefit to students that come here.
When I came to Montana Tech, I definitely felt inspired to work harder because you're surrounded by all of these incredibly hardworking people that are goal-oriented and they know exactly what they want to do. I think that just the type of students that get recruited here are your driven, really pretty bright students, and when we all get in a room together, we just vibe off of each other, and it makes something really incredible. In preparing for dental school, I feel that I've gotten the best education possible through Montana Tech, and I feel well prepared, and I think that I have my advisors and my professors standing behind me willing to help me.
When Montana Tech was being formed, there was this huge need for engineering, in the mines in particular. And in 1904, we had our first 10 graduates. And this spring, I'm going to have the opportunity to shake hands of over 500 extraordinary graduates whose lives have been changed because of Montana Tech. That problem-solving capability has expanded to include energy, ecology and restoration, business land management, trades and technical, nursing and health programs. Whatever the problem is, Montana Tech is the solution.
I picked Tech because it was really low-cost education, and it was a great school. Typically in my class size was anywhere from 10 to 15 students, so the professors knew us on a first-name basis. When I finished at Montana Tech, moving on to graduate school, I had 0 student loans, which was a huge benefit to me. As long as you're willing to work, Montana Tech is willing to work for you.
Montana Tech. Find your solution.
Visit the new MontanaSports.com. It's your online source for statewide sports in Montana. Get the latest scores or watch your favorite highlights, all from MontanaSports.com.
We don't believe that you have to be born into extraordinary circumstances to live an extraordinary life. So what we want to do at Montana Tech is we want to put more students on that extraordinary path.
We take our students out of the classroom into the field.
Montana Tech promotes problem solvers, not problem makers.
They're able to adapt to pretty much any situation.
At Montana Tech, our students graduate and they go to work. They live the American dream. By supporting the Montana Tech Foundation, they're helping us put more students on that extraordinary path.
I'm Dr. Hillary Risser, and I'm a mathematician here at Montana Tech. The wonderful thing that I love about Montana Tech is the smallness of it. I actually get to know my students. I've had several students helping me over the past several summers working on my research with social media. We also take students to our professional conferences. Last year I took 8 students with me to the Joint Mathematics meeting in San Antonio. Every industry in the world has mathematical problems that need solutions. Montana Tech is the solution.
Welcome back, Montana Tech students and staff from Steeles. Montana Tech is important to Butte and Southwest Montana, and Steeles is proud to support Tech in many ways. Right now, anyone with a current Montana Tech ID will receive a 5% discount on anything in our store, just in time to furnish or upgrade those new apartments or homes. See our selection of home furnishings, mattresses, appliances, and electronics. Welcome back, Montana Tech from Steeles in Butte and Deer Lodge. Go Diggers!
It's amazing to me that we have 6 kids in this family that grew up on a farm, small ranch. We all turned out to be engineers.
My great-grandparents, all of their children attended Tech and graduated with degrees. Montana Tech, it felt more like a family, and they really wanted me to come and be a part of it.
Very rare you'll see a family of 6 engineers and married to engineers. So there's a bloodline there that's pretty rare.
Montana Tech is my family's solution.
My name is John Wick. I am a graphic designer as well as a teacher and executive director, and I wear a whole lot of other hats. I basically want to drink coffee and make really cool things. My experience at Tech really gave me the confidence to say, well, I can go out and do that stuff. Montana Tech really legitimized and helped me develop the skills that I didn't even really know that I had. Montana Tech was my solution.
I love Butte. It's my hometown. I was born and raised here, and definitely part of my soul is here. At Montana Tech, we receive this world-class education that I don't feel a lot of other students receive, and it's so valuable and it's so affordable, so I think that it's a really big benefit to students that come here.
When I came to Montana Tech, I definitely felt inspired to work harder because you're surrounded by all of these incredibly hardworking people that are goal-oriented and they know exactly what they want to do. I think that just the type of students that get recruited here are your driven, really pretty bright students, and when we all get in a room together, we just vibe off of each other, and it makes something really incredible. In preparing for dental school, I feel that I've gotten the best education possible through Montana Tech, and I feel well prepared, and I think that I have my advisors and my professors standing behind me willing to help me.
When Montana Tech was being formed, there was this huge need for engineering, in the mines in particular. And in 1904, we had our first 10 graduates. And this spring, I'm going to have the opportunity to shake hands of over 500 extraordinary graduates whose lives have been changed because of Montana Tech. That problem-solving capability has expanded to include energy, ecology and restoration, business, land management, trades and technical, nursing and health programs. Whatever the problem is, Montana Tech is the solution.
I picked Tech because it was really low-cost education, and it was a great school. Typically, in my class size was anywhere from 10 to 15 students, so the professors knew us on a first-name basis. When I finished at Montana Tech, moving on to graduate school, I had 0 student loans, which was a huge benefit to me. As long as you're willing to work, Montana Tech is willing to work for you.
Montana Tech. Find your solution.
Visit the new MontanaSports.com. It's your online source for statewide sports in Montana. Get the latest scores or watch your favorite highlights, all from MontanaSports.com.
We don't believe that you have to be born into extraordinary circumstances to live an extraordinary life. So what we want to do at Montana Tech is we want to put more students on that extraordinary path.
We take our students out of the classroom into the field.
Montana Tech promotes problem solvers, not problem makers.
They're able to adapt to pretty much any situation.
At Montana Tech, our students graduate and they go to work. They live the American dream. By supporting the Montana Tech Foundation, you're helping us put more students on that extraordinary path.
I'm Dr. Hillary Risser, and I'm a mathematician here at Montana Tech. The wonderful thing that I love about Montana Tech is the smallness of it. I actually get to know my students. I've had several students helping me over the past several summers working on my research with social media. We also take students to our professional conferences. Last year I took 8 students with me to the Joint Mathematics meeting in San Antonio. Every industry in the world has mathematical problems that need solutions. Montana Tech is the solution.
Welcome back, Montana Tech students and staff from Steeles. Montana Tech is important to Butte and Southwest Montana, and Steeles is proud to support Tech in many ways. Right now, anyone with a current Montana Tech ID will receive a 5% discount on anything in our store, just in time to furnish or upgrade those new apartments or homes. See our selection of home furnishings, mattresses, appliances, and electronics. Welcome back, Montana Tech from Steeles in Butte and Deer Lodge. Go Diggers!
It's amazing to me that we have 6 kids in this family that grew up on a farm, small ranch. We all turned out to be engineers.
My great-grandparents, all of their children attended Tech and graduated with degrees. Montana Tech, it felt more like a family, and they really wanted me to come and be a part of it.
Very rare you'll see a family of 6 engineers and married to engineers. So there's a bloodline there that's pretty rare.
Montana Tech is my family's solution.
My name is John Wick. I am a graphic designer as well as a teacher and executive director, and I wear a whole lot of other hats. I basically want to drink coffee and make really cool things. My experience at Tech really gave me the confidence to say, well, I can go out and do that stuff. Montana Tech really legitimized and helped me develop the skills that I didn't even really know that I had. Montana Tech was my solution.
I love Butte. It's my hometown. I was born and raised here, and definitely part of my soul is here. At Montana Tech, we receive this world-class education that I don't feel a lot of other students receive, and it's so valuable and it's so affordable, so I think that it's a really big benefit to students that come here.
When I came to Montana Tech, I definitely felt inspired to work harder because you're surrounded by all of these incredibly hardworking people that are goal-oriented and they know exactly what they want to do. I think that just the type of students that get recruited here are your driven, really pretty bright students, and when we all get in a room together, we just vibe off of each other, and it makes something really incredible. In preparing for dental school, I feel that I've gotten the best education possible through Montana Tech, and I feel well prepared, and I think that I have my advisors and my professors standing behind me willing to help me.
When Montana Tech was being formed, there was this huge need for engineering in the mines in particular. And in 1904, we had our first 10 graduates. And this spring, I'm going to have the opportunity to shake hands of over 500 extraordinary graduates whose lives have been changed because of Montana Tech. That problem-solving capability has expanded to include energy, ecology and restoration, business, land management, trades and technical, nursing and health programs. Whatever the problem is, Montana Tech is the solution.
I picked Tech because it was really low-cost education, and it was a great school. Typically in my class size was anywhere from 10 to 15 students, so the professors knew us on a first-name basis. When I finished at Montana Tech, moving on to graduate school, I had 0 student loans, which was a huge benefit to me. As long as you're willing to work, Montana Tech is willing to work for you.
Montana Tech. Find your solution.
Visit the new MontanaSports.com. It's your online source for statewide sports in Montana. Get the latest scores or watch your favorite highlights, all from MontanaSports.com.
We don't believe that you have to be born into extraordinary circumstances to live an extraordinary life. So what we want to do at Montana Tech is we want to put more students on that extraordinary path.
We take our students out of the classroom into the field.
Montana Tech promotes problem solvers, not problem makers.
They're able to adapt to pretty much any situation.
At Montana Tech, our students graduate and they go to work. They live the American dream. By supporting the Montana Tech Foundation, they're helping us put more students.
The Diggers will have it on the inbound here. It's Damon Chapman over to Jake Miles, and he'll hit the 2. It is 41-28. Diggers cut it back to 13 after trailing by 15 at the half. Ball in the hands of Porter. It's Charles Porter. Back over to Hughes. Northern's bench that doesn't have a heck of a lot of depth to begin with. Just got a little bit shorter as Bray will have the ball down on that far side, or he is on the bench. Shot is up and it is off the mark. Rebound down to Molesworth. God, you wish the best for a guy like Devin Bray. High quality kid. And a tough shot there by Iman Chapman. And it's down to 11, 41-30. The Diggers on a 4-0 run to start this ball game in the second half of Frontier Conference action. With it, it's MSU Northern. And that's a tough shot, fired up, and it's going to be Montana Tech basketball as O'Neill and Dunsmore both challenged each other for that shot. $18:29 left to go here in the second. Here at Kelvin Sampson Court, Diggers have a chance to get it back to a single digit ball game. Chapman, he'll use the screen, get in the middle, falling away against Reeves. It's going to be tipped around back into Molesworth, and he'll get it for two. Who said a little bit of luck isn't involved, as Porter had tipped it up in the air on the switch screen, but Molesworth got it back. And it is 41-32. Diggers on a 6-0 run to start this second half. Across the lane, they'll lob it up to Reeves, and Reeves will get blocked from behind by Iman Chapman. They'll make Northern earn their first points of the second half at the free throw line. The Digger faithful having some fun down there on that baseline. 0 for 1 reads the whiteboard if you can't read that at home. And Reeves will make that. He's 1 for 2. They'll have to update the whiteboard. It's 42-32 as Northern has scored their first points of this second half. Driving in is O'Neill. He'll rise up, put up a tough shot. It's off the mark. Rebounded down to Reeves. Now it's Porter with it. That's Gabe Porter. As they hedge the screen hard. Back on the inside, an offensive foul whistled against Dunsmore. Can see in the background there on the Northern bench, Bray getting attended to. Doubtful that we'll see him the rest of the night. You wish him the best for the rest of this season and the rest of next season. As Molesworth will hit the three as Reeves came out to challenge. 42-35 your score, and we got a timeout called by MSU Northern. 16:51 left to go here in the second, and the Diggers are just down 7.
I'm Dr. And I'm a mathematician here at Montana Tech. The wonderful thing that I love about Montana Tech is the smallness of it. I actually get to know my students. I've had several students helping me over the past several summers working on my research with social media. We also take students to our professional conferences. Last year I took 8 students with me to the Joint Mathematics meeting in San Antonio. Every industry in the world has mathematical problems that need solutions. Montana Tech is the solution.
Welcome back, Montana Tech students and staff from Steeles. Montana Tech is important to Butte and Southwest Montana, and Steeles is proud to support Tech in many ways. Right now, anyone with a current Montana Tech ID will receive a 5% discount on anything in our store, just in time to furnish or upgrade those new apartments or homes. See our selection of home furnishings, mattresses, appliances, and electronics. Welcome back, Montana Tech, from Steeles in Butte and Deer Lodge. Go Diggers!
(42-35) as we come back out of the timeout called by MSU Northern. It will be Northern's basketball as they will have the inbound. Having to move right to left on that radio dial or TV screen or what have you. As Hughes will bring it across that timeline. Back out on the right-hand side, Hughes. Out to Bakalarski. Bakalarski, that one's off the mark. Rebound tipped around, and that one goes up and in. And they're going to whistle that at 2 as Reeves tipped it up and in. O'Neal in the lane, back out. Molesworth, another 3. It's up and it's in. Trent Molesworth stretching the floor tonight. Boy, he is having a day already for the Orediggers. He has got 16 points. So he's got a good contingency in the crowd. Family here, his wife Angela. I think those are his parents. Came up for the senior day festivities tomorrow. We're getting a Friday night game so far as we've got a whistle and a blocking foul whistled against Panabecker. And we will go to the baseline as they're going to say that was not a shooting foul. Northern on the inbound. They'll work and they'll throw it into Hughes. Hughes, who prepped it, Bozeman High. It's Dunsmore driving in, trying to shoot it over Panabecker, and it's going to go to the Diggers. (15:47) left to go here in the second. 44-38. Lights leading. Now just by 6 after the big Molesworth triple and the defensive stops. The Diggers are in this one. We love it. A big comeback from being down 15. And we got a whistle and a foul called against MSU Northern. That one's called against Reeves. Call Reeves for the trip, for the push. As Northern kind of lost all of their spark and all of their momentum when Bray went down. Miles with it. Driving down right-hand side. Flip back out to Molesworth. Molesworth, another 3. This one's just off the mark. As the big man couldn't get that one to go. He's now 4 of 5. They give it back out on the long time pass to Porter. And it's Charles Porter with it, defended by the Diggers as Panabecker gets back on the inside, and an offensive foul called against the Lights. That's a second offensive that Dylan Panabecker has drawn. Colin Bakalarski picking up that one. That is his first. Coach Hughes explains it to him. Says that's an offensive. That's the 14th foul on the Lights, and they lead 44-38. O'Neal on the inside, goes a little up and under, off glass, good for 2, and all of a sudden it's 44-40 on that Sportscast scoreboard on the bottom of your screen. 14:51 left to go here in the second. Diggers have cut it down to 4 after trailing by as many as 16. Northern with it, it's Reeves. Reeves playing the distributor role from the top. Porter with a back cut. They go back out to Hughes. Down in the corner, that 3 is going to rattle home for Northern. And that, for MSU Northern, is a big-time bucket. So they're finally starting to score the ball. O'Neal elevates, off glass, it's no good, as he tried to draw the foul on Ryan Reeves. Driving in, the shot up by Porter, it's off the mark, and the rebound comes down to Molesworth. Good minutes out of Molesworth tonight. A starter here at Kelvin Sampson Court for the Diggers. Miles thinking about the three. He'll get a high on-ball screen on that right-hand side. Drives in the lane, back out to Pannebecker. Pannebecker to O'Neill. O'Neill, he'll drive in, flip it back out to Molesworth. Molesworth across the lane, gets his little advantage on the size, and he'll go up with the left hand. He's a southpaw. And that time he got the lefty finger roll to go. 47-42. Lights leading by 5. They throw the lob into Reeves. We got a whistle and a foul called against Montana Tech. They're going to say it was on the floor. And MSU Northern wants to know how that wasn't on the shot. 47-42, 13:28 left to go here in this second half. The Lights leading by 5. It used to be 15.
It's amazing to me that we have 6 kids in this family that grew up on a farm, small ranch. We all turned out to be engineers.
My great-grandparents, all of their children attended Tech and graduated with degrees. Montana Tech, it felt more like a family, and they really wanted me to come and be a part of it.
Very rare you'll see a family of 6 engineers and married to engineers. So there's a bloodline there that's pretty rare.
Montana Tech is my family's solution.
My name is John Wick. I am a graphic designer as well as a teacher and executive director, and I wear a whole lot of other hats. I basically want to drink coffee and make really cool things. My experience at Tech really gave me the confidence to say, well, I can go out and do that stuff. Montana Tech really legitimized and helped me develop the skills that I didn't even really know that I had. Montana Tech was my solution.
.47-42 your scores. They'll inbound it to Reeves. That's MSU Northern. They throw the little inside action to Anthony Harper, 6'5" junior out of Seattle, Washington, on the good cut and post move inside. O'Neill driving towards the middle. They'll give it back over to Miles. Miles has got 4 points for Montana Tech. Drives in, an in-rhythm jumper. It's off the mark, and it's going to be tipped, and it's going to go to the Lights. .58 left to play here in the second half as the Lights lead 49-42. Anthony Harper over to Hughes, as Hughes will work it along the top in between those radio center circles. As Reeves over to Bakalarski. Bakalarski going to be helped out. They throw up the shot by Porter. That one's off the mark. It's going to be last touch by Northern. It's going to go back to Montana Tech. The student section got hold of the basketball, and they were very enthused to have gotten that. On a Friday night here in Butte, Montana. Driving in, it's Miles. Little turnaround jumper and a block by Reeves. And Reeves in the open court. He'll stop it, hold it, give it back over into the hands of Harper. Stuck at 49-42. The Diggers started out the second half on a 16-6 run. That is quieted now as Northern gets the ball into the hands of Bakalarski. Bakalarski being hedged hard by Taylor England, and Goldseth nearly coming away with the steal on the defensive end. Nick Fitz back into the ball game for the Diggers. Miles will check out. Fitz in this one. Been rather quiet, 0 for 1. He doesn't have an assist. The shot is up, and hitting it right in front of the Northern bench is Gabe Porter. As O'Neal bring it across the timeline, back over to Fitz. Fitz, he'll drive in the lane, get stuck with it, back out to Collins. Inside, the shot to Taylor England, and it's good for 2. Back out along the top. Reeves, it's taken away by Cale Goldseth. Goldseth to O'Neal. O'Neal, he'll get a screen, and we'll have a whistle and a foul called against MSU Northern. That's going to go against Hughes. And Coach Sean Hughes is going to go to his bench and bring in Kavion Jones. The Diggers get the ball in. As a 3 by Fitz will be off the mark. Rebound to Harper. That would have been a big play for the Diggers, who trail by 8. Driving in. Collins forcing some tips as they switch back on the defensive end. Driving in is Harper. Harper back in the middle lane. Shot up from Northern. It's off the mark. The rebound grabbed by Montana Tech, and the whistle will be called against Montana Tech's Darius Collins. (52-44) your score as they change that one. It is against Collins. With 10:38 left to go here in the second, the shot clock did reset for MSU Northern. So they feed it inside, and we've got a travel against Northern as he caught the ball in the post, went to go to make the move and didn't put the ball down. O'Neal defended by Hughes. Use the screen, come back over the top of it. Collins, back to Fitz. Fitz. Little dribble drive action. Back to Taylor England. England can't get it to go. And the ball is going to be lost. It's going to be back inside. England with the right hand. He'll finish it on the opportunistic play. That one up and good. And it's back to 6 for the Diggers. Driving in against the defense is Northern as they cross that timeline. Inside to Jones. That's Kavion Jones. They'll drive in, force up the shot, and we got a whistle and a foul against Taylor England. (52-46) your score. .9:35 left to go here in the second. This one is up and off the mark. Colin Bakalarski at the line. At the line. Bakalarski goes 1 of 2. And it is back out to a 7-point differential. 53-46. Over the top, O'Neal, little jumper, it's off the mark. Rebound tipped around, it's going to stay with Montana Tech. And Reeves and Dunsmore are going to check back in for Northern. Northern only able to go 7 deep tonight after losing Bray to an injury in the first 7 seconds, I would say, of this second half. Hope he can come back and play for Northern another night as Collins jumps up. He is fouled, and he will go to the line to shoot a couple. You hope Bray is able to return for MSU Northern. You hope it's just an injury that needs a little bit of ice. As it's a 9:21 left to go here in the second. Collins at the line to shoot 2. This one is up, and it is good for the former Missoula Hellgate product. He's part of a team that went to the state AA tournament last year, but now he's playing as a true freshman. He got to go visit the greatest city in Montana, if not the world. If it wasn't great, they wouldn't call it Great Falls. As Northern will have it, 53-48. Collins going an important 2-2. Long pass over the top to Hughes. Hughes, he'll drive to the middle, kick it out to Porter. That's Gabe Porter feeding it into Reeves. Reeves inside the lane, back out, Bakalarski for three. It's up and it's good for the Diggers. They need to play a little better defense to the Diggers, as the Lights lead is back out to 8 again. 56-48. O'Neal getting stuck with it. Over to Collins. Now to Fitz. Fitz, 17-footer, it's good. Driving in across the lane, they kick it back out. Another one from Porter, and it's good. The Diggers lost him in transition, and it is 59-50. So you gain 2, and then you give up 3. And Montana Tech will bring it across that timeline. Driving in is O'Neal. He'll finish it over the top of Reeves. Or maybe more to the side of Reeves. I don't know if anybody can get above him on the basketball floor without the ladder or the help of a lift. It's Reeves with it, high above his head. He'll command the offense, back over to Bakalarski. Bakalarski into Reeves. Reeves, he'll elevate, put the shot up, and that one able to roll in as he saw Cale Goldseth and Darius Collins in there, and he said, I can shoot over the top of both of them. 61-52. It's a 9-point difference. As Fitz will drive in, another 17-footer. He is fouled, and he will go to the line to shoot 2. Coach Hughes, the wise words of Coach Sean Hughes, stop fouling. Many coaches have said that, and every time they've said that, they've been right. Stop fouling, please. As an official myself, I've said stop fouling many a times. Administering a free throw, and you say, hey, stop fouling. Checking out for Northern is Bakalarski. As Fitz goes to a 2, back to 7. 61-54, the Diggers pick up their pressure. As checking into the game for Northern is James Fry, a 6'4" true freshman out of Stevensville. Fry down on the wing there. Set a screen, move towards the middle, and it'll be stolen away by Amon Chapman. Chapman over to Fitz. Fitz back to Chapman, now to O'Neal. O'Neal. He'll drive in the lane, kick it out to England. England thinking about it. He'll drive in against Reeves, put it up with the high right hand, and he finishes it. Great finish there by England. And it is 61-56. And Northern calls a timeout. The Diggers trail by 5. The closest they've cut this one. 6:53 left to go here in the second.
I love Butte. It's my hometown. I was born and raised here, and definitely part of my soul is here. At Montana Tech, we receive this world-class education that I don't feel a lot of other students receive, and it's so valuable and it's so affordable, so I think that it's a really big benefit to students that come here.
When I came to Montana Tech, I definitely felt inspired to work harder because you're surrounded by all of these incredibly hardworking people that are goal-oriented and they know exactly what they want to do. I think that just the type of students that get recruited here are your driven, really pretty bright students, and when we all get in a room together, we just vibe off of each other, and it makes something really incredible. In preparing for dental school, I feel that I've gotten the best education possible through Montana Tech, and I feel well prepared, and I think that I have my advisors and my professors standing behind me, willing to help me.
When Montana Tech was being formed, there was this huge need for engineering in the mines in particular. And in 1904, we had our first 10 graduates. And this spring, I'm going to have the opportunity to shake hands of over 500 extraordinary graduates whose lives have been changed because of Montana Tech. That problem-solving capability has expanded to include energy, ecology and restoration, business land management, trades and technical, nursing and health programs. Whatever the problem is, Montana Tech is the solution.
It's 61-56. The Lights leading the Diggers by 5. 6:53 left to go here in the second, as the Lights will finally get the ball into Hughes. He'll bring it across the timeline. It's Adam Hughes with it. He'll feed it into Dunsmore. Dunsmore looking to find Porter as they're looking for all the backdoor options that there are. Back out to Hughes with 6 on the shot clock. Back out to Porter. Porter into Jones. Jones slow moving. Back out to Hughes. It's off the mark. It's going to be tipped into the backcourt. That'll be Northern. I'm not so sure that shouldn't have been an over and back, as it was the Northern player controlling it into the backcourt. Dunsmore with that tip. Illegal screen whistled against Gabe Porter. As that's the second offensive foul we've seen on that little weave action that they run. And checking out will be Porter. Bakalarski back in for Northern. Porter, the leading scorer in the contest for MSU Northern. He's got 14. Reeves has got 11 rebounds, go along with 9 points. Back out to Taylor England. England back inside to Goldseth. The layup, it's up and good. The hoop, the harm, and the chance at a 3-point play. 61-58 your score. As we got one more coming for Cale Goldseth, a former Butte Central Maroon. Third-generation basketball player here at Montana Tech. Grandpa played. Dad played. So they'll have it on that far side. Driving in is Hughes across the lane. Pull-up jumper. It's a fall away, and it won't go, and the rebound's going to be tipped around. It's going to go out of bounds to Montana Tech. Surprised Matt Steppen didn't get his hands on that, as he nearly saved it going into the crowd. Sitting next to the guy who caught the ball, he said, you go ahead and have it. 61-58, it's a 3-point game. 5:24 left to go here in the second as the Diggers trying to come back from what was at least a 16-point deficit. Fitz with the three, that one's short. Now to Hughes in front of that Northern bench. He's going to run with a high pick. They'll come out and hedge it hard. Back inside to Reeves. He's going to go to work, working against England. He'll rise up, put the shot up. It's off the mark, and Amon Chapman grabs the rebound for the Diggers. A big one-handed rebound for Amon Chapman. Chapman to England. Back out. Chapman in the lane. He'll drive in, put it off glass. It's no good for two. And Reeves comes down with the board. Now Hughes has it. You figure if the Diggers could get a bucket, it would mean a lot to him, as Hughes will drive in and will have a whistle and a foul, as Chapman had the block. They call that one on Chapman. Thought they were going to whistle that against England for the body. .433 left to go here in this second half as Hughes misses that one. Molesworth set to check back in. Dylan Panabecker and Chris O'Neill. As Hughes 1 of 2 on the trip. And the Diggers, that is their 6th team foul, so Northern will be in the bonus on the next foul the Diggers commit. Driving in the lane is O'Neill into Molesworth, and the Molesworth left-hand layup won't go. That would have been a big one. Cut it back to 2. Driving in. Kick out. Extra. The long shot by Bakalarski. It's off the mark, and the Diggers defense gets a stop once again. 4 minutes left to go here in the second. As Bray is up and moving around, that's an update from the Northern bench. Looks like he got that ankle taped. O'Neill, he'll drive in, bring it back out. In the lane, spin move. Gets back out to Panabecker. Panabecker in the lane to Molesworth. Little follow-away jumper, it'll rattle home. And Molesworth is down. And they'll bring it down into Porter. Porter will hit a 3. And Molesworth, who is down, as they hit a 3. Molesworth will check out as the lights extend it back out to 5. O'Neill to Panabecker. O'Neill around the screen, and we got a whistle and a foul against MSU Northern. This one's going to go against Charles Porter, 6'2" junior out of Las Vegas, Nevada. Boy, they got him listed 6'2", but he plays a lot bigger than that. That is the 10th team foul against the Lights. We got 2 free throws coming. O'Neill the line, makes the first. He's had a good game so far, Chris O'Neill. Really good game. Just efficient on the offensive end. He's 7 of 15 from the floor. For 14 points, 4 assists, 3 rebounds, 2 fouls, filling out the stat sheet. He has now got 16 points as he goes 2 of 2, and it's back to a 3-point game with 3 minutes left to play. Northern with it. They'll defend well, trying to get Dunsmore the ball. They do. It's into Reeves. Reeves in the high post. He'll turn around. Little jumper from 14, and he's able to get it to go, and it's back down to a 5-point difference. 67-62. Diggers on the inside. O'Neill, little jumper. It's up, and it's good. So O'Neill scores it. It's a 3-point game once again, as the Diggers will have to inbound, or should play the inbound. Defense force Northern to work as they get across that timeline. That's Hughes with it, defended by Goldseth. Along the top to Reeves. They throw the back door into Bakalarski, and it's going to be a 1-and-1 shooting opportunity for Bakalarski. 1-and-1 for MSU Northern as Bakalarski steps to the line. That is going to be a 1-and-1. Porter set to check in. That's Gabe Porter. But it's a 1-and-1, and he's coming in for the shooter. Bakalarski makes that one. Molesworth set to check back in. England will check out. Molesworth back in. As Gabe Porter will check in for the shooter, Bakalarski, if he makes this one. 68-64. This one is up, and it is good. Back to 5 points. Here as we cross into that 9 o'clock hour on the evening. The ball in the right-hand wing. That's Goldseth out to Miles. Feel like the Diggers just need a big shot here. O'Neill on the inside gets called for the travel. .206 left to go here in this second half. As Porter's going to check out. Bakalarski back in. With a minute 55 left to play in this one, the Northern with that 5-point lead. They're going to work some offense, run some clock. It's back on the inside. They throw it into Reeves on the lob, and Reeves will extend it back out to a 7-point lead. 71-64. O'Neill defended by Porter. Come around the top, driving in. Gets stuck with it. Back to O'Neill. Get a high on-ball pick from Molesworth. Will find his way in. Driving in the lane. That shot is up, and it is good. (71-66) your score. Minute 18 left to go here in the second. As we'll go ahead and send this one to a break. Minute 18 left.
Visit the new MontanaSports.com. It's your online source for statewide sports in Montana. Get the latest scores or watch your favorite highlights, all from MontanaSports.com.
We don't believe that you have to be born into extraordinary circumstances to live an extraordinary life. So what we want to do at Montana Tech is we want to put more students on that extraordinary path.
We take our students out of the classroom into the field.
Montana Tech promotes problem solvers, not problem makers.
They're able to adapt to pretty much any situation.
At Montana Tech, our students graduate and they go to work. They live the American dream. By supporting the Montana Tech Foundation, they're helping us put more students on that extraordinary path.
I'm Dr. Hilary Risser, and I'm a mathematician here at Montana Tech. The wonderful thing that I love about Montana Tech is the smallness of it. I actually get to know my students. I've had several students helping me over the past several summers working on my research with social media. We also take students to our professional conferences. Last year I took 8 students with me to the Joint Mathematics meeting in San Antonio. Every industry in the world has mathematical problems that need solutions. Montana Tech is the solution.
After the tough O'Neill bucket, the Diggers will have to work to get back on the defensive end. They throw it into Reeves and will count the bucket. A hoop and a harm on the inbound play. That's the first on Goldseth, the 8th on the Diggers. And Porter's going to check in for Bakalarski. This one is up, and it is off the mark. The rebound down to O'Neill. O'Neill driving in, a whistle and a foul against Porter. As this one is up, and it is good. Here you go. That one's up and good as well. And it's 5 points, 1:09 left. Bakalarski driving towards the middle. He'll bring it back out. The clock is their friend as Miles gets his hands in there for the steal, and we're going to have a timeout called by Montana Tech by Miles. Excuse me, maybe we got a foul. No, they're going to call a foul against Bakalarski. Bakalarski with the hold. Miles will go to the line to shoot 2. Wow, okay, great call. Official right there at half court, right in front of our good friends Paul Panisco and John Thatcher. Couple of troublemakers as Miles misses the first. He'll have another one coming. With 1:02 left, it's 73-68. Miles with the chance to cut it back down to 4. As this one's good. 73-69. Minute 2 left, a full 30 on the shot clock for Northern, as they will run an inbound play and get it in. That's to Porter, Gabe Porter, the 6'1 junior. As the Diggers playing good defense, they get it into Dunsmore, and we got a whistle and a timeout called by MSU Northern. So a timeout by Northern with 52-7 left in this one. It's 73-69. As the Diggers are starting to trade some baskets. They're only down 4. They were down 5 with a minute 15 remaining. As we look at the scoring here, Molesworth's got 20. O'Neill's got 20. Miles has got 5. Goldseth's got 2. O'Neill is your leading scorer, rebounder, and assist getter. You got 8 points from Ahmad Chapman. 6 from Taylor England. 2 from Darius Collins. 2 from Cale Goldseth. 4 from Nick Fitz. As the Diggers have scored 32 points in the paint, but have only been held to 4 points in the second chance points. And Northern's bench has given them 27 points. That's a big credit to Adam Hughes and Bakalarski, who come into the game and have 10 and 13 apiece. Northern as a team shooting 47% from the floor and 45% from 3. The Diggers shooting 50% from the floor. They actually made more field goals, but Northern has knocked down 10 triples. The Diggers 4 of 11 from three-point land. And Northern has gone to the line to shoot 20 free throws, making 13 of them. The Diggers are 6 of 7. So Northern will have the inbound with 21 seconds as they get it into Dunsmore. Dunsmore getting defended well as Pannebecker will foul Hughes. He goes for the swipe and gets that one on Hughes. Miles will check in. 48 seconds. And that is going to be the 5th on Pannebecker. And Charles Porter going to check in as well. Molesworth also checking in. England checking out, Goldseth checking out, and Pannebecker forced to check out with 5. 48 seconds left, 73-69. Hughes at the line to shoot the 1-1. He's got one more coming. As Hughes gets both and Northern calls a timeout. Lights leading 75-69, 48 seconds left. The Diggers have it. They'll cross the timeline, get an early screen for O'Neal. He'll work in against Reeves, go in with the left hand and score it with 40.5 left, and the Diggers will call a timeout. That is their second to last timeout. 75-71, Lights leading by 4 with 40.5 seconds left as the Diggers call a timeout. Quickly here. And it's kind of fun to watch the dynamic of these two head coaches go at it. Always a fun one. Take a short break with Northern leading 75-71. It's got to be tough on these players to continue to kind of bounce back and forth, back and forth. You play and then you sit down to stop the clock after a timeout, after a made basket. Bring it back and start it all over again. You see Charlie Oredigger down there. So let's set the scene for you. 75-71. Lights leading by 4, 40.5 seconds left. There's 30 on the shot clock. Northern will be able to run on their inbound. Dunsmore does so. He'll get it into Hughes. Hughes with it, being pressured by Goldseth. They're going to come up and double team. And they'll try to throw over the top. They do. It's to Porter. That's Gabe Porter, and he will be fouled by O'Neill with 31.8 seconds left to go in the contest. That's the 10th team foul on the Diggers. That's the third on O'Neill. They're going to bring a bevy of sharpshooters on the floor for Montana Tech as it's a 2-shot foul. So the Diggers will fill the line for the moment. A little bit of a chess match here as each team has one timeout left. As Porter can't get that one. Let's look at Porter's numbers on the year. The individual stats page for Porter reveals that he is just a shade under 70% at the free throw line. Hasn't shot a lot of them, only 23 on the season. As that one is good, 1 of 2. It's a 5-point game. They get into O'Neill. 1.8 second difference between shot clock and game clock. O'Neill in the lane, goes up with that one, can't get it to go, and the rebound comes down into Reeves. (76-71), Lights leading by 5. Reeves at the stripe. That's a 6-foot, 10-inch forward from Wrangell, Alaska. Makes that one. Here comes another. This one's off the mark. Rebound down to O'Neill. And Diggers trail by 6. It's Miles stepping across the lane. Hits that one. (77-74), 15.8 seconds left to go here in this second half.
Welcome back, Montana Tech students and staff from Steeles. Montana Tech is important to Butte and Southwest Montana, and Steeles is proud to support Tech in many ways. Right now, anyone with a current Montana Tech ID will receive a 5% discount on anything in our store, just in time to furnish or upgrade those new apartments or homes. See our selection of home furnishings, mattresses, appliances, and electronics. Welcome back, Montana Tech from Steeles in Butte and Deer Lodge. Go Diggers!
It's amazing to me that we have 6 kids in this family that grew up on a farm, small ranch. We all turned out to be engineers.
My great-grandparents, all of their children attended Tech and graduated with degrees. Montana Tech, it felt more like a family, and they really wanted me to come and be a part of it.
Very rare you'll see a family of 6 engineers and married to engineers. So there's a bloodline there that's pretty rare.
Montana Tech is my family's solution.
(77-74), Lights leading by 3, 15.8 seconds left. Northern will run the inbound, the old switcheroo, back out, and they're going to foul Porter before he can get rid of the ball, so he's going to go back to the line. Porter, who went 1 of 2 a moment ago, with 14 seconds left, the Diggers trailing by 3 as Fitz will check in, along with Molesworth. So it's 78-74. Lights by 4. And with 14 on the game clock, Porter's at the line. This one's up, and it's off the mark. 1 of 2 again. It's 4 points. O'Neal with it, 10 seconds on the clock. He'll drive in, try to hand off to Miles. Gets it back out. Miles in the corner, the 3. It's up, it's off the mark. Rebound down to Reeves, and with 0.9 seconds left, Northern will head to the line, and this game is essentially over. That's going to go against Fitz, his second, and Reeves will ice this game and see if they'll put the Lights up to 80. 0.9 seconds left to go in this one. It's been a fun one here, folks, as we get back to Kelvin Sampson Court. We got another one coming your way tomorrow night if you want to enjoy that one. It's MSU Northern and Providence at 7:30 p.m. Excuse me. Yeah, 7:30 p.m. tomorrow night as Lights get both, and he hits 80, and Fitz will fire from a ways downtown, and this will be the end of it. It's 80-74. The Diggers fall to the Lights. The Lights improve to 9-9 in the Frontier. The Diggers fall to 3-14, and that'll do it for Game 17 here at the Frontier Conference schedule for Montana Tech, as Coach Hyatt's greeted by his kids. Man, that's always a fun sight. And that's the end of this one. You look at this final score, 80-74. The Diggers fall in a tough one. Montana Tech shoots 51% from the floor. They shoot 41% from 3, but they missed a couple of key shots that could have helped them get the lead late or tie it up. Northern shoots 48 and 45% from 3. 10 of 22 go the Lights from downtown. O'Neal leads the way with 24. Molesworth has 20, going 4 of 5 from downtown and 8 of 10 from the floor. O'Neal 10 of 19 from the floor. Then you got 8 points apiece from Jake Miles and Amon Chapman. 4 points from Nick Fitz. 6 points from Taylor England. And 2 points from Cale Goldsmith and Darius Collins. Your rebounder leader was Chris O'Neal with 6, and he had the most assists with 4. Reeves finishes with an impressive double-double of 18 and 16. There's a reason that he's one of the favorites to be that Defensive Player of the Year. He's just a glass cleaner and a block shot creator for Coach Sean Hughes, who scored 1,357 career points in a Digger uniform, and now is the head coach of MSU Northern. He gets the win over his alma mater. 80-74 your final. The Lights get the Diggers tripped up late. For everybody on our broadcast crew, Our producers and our cameramen, we say thank you so much for tuning in here at Calvin Sampson Court. You have a good one. We'll see you tomorrow night for our senior night as the Diggers take on Providence at 7:30. Have a good one, folks.